Do you already have some inspiration to start building your own campaign? Then that's great. Do you have some inspiration but you're just not quite there yet? Then you can easily browse around on websites like Envato, for example. They have a lot of examples or templates for social media kits. Search on Pinterest, for example. They have some social media campaigns as well. Or just Google, of course. You can browse around and find that inspiration that you need. And now we can simply start with building our first design. I always start by building a Facebook post because that format is very easy to transform into everything else, into a Facebook story, for example, into a Facebook cover, anything you want, because it's quite a standard format. So I really like to start there. If we have our own inspiration, we're gonna start with a white canvas. So for that, I'm gonna press create a design. I'm going to use Facebook posts so that it automatically generates the format that I need. So these are the correct sizes for a Facebook post. I'm going to name this. And now we can just start building. So first of all, here on the left side, you will always have a lot of templates that you can browse through for some extra inspiration. You can use them, of course, but in this video, we're gonna build something from our own inspiration, and so from scratch. And so for that, I'm gonna start with a background. I want a background that is nice and warm and has the look and feel of a coffee bar like mine. So I very much like the wooden ones. If we have something in mind, we can simply type it. For example, I can type wood in here and I get all different backgrounds with a wooden structure. So I chose this one. And I think that's a very nice look and feel for what I want to have. I want to add some pictures, so I'm going to go to elements and I'm going to go to frames. I can also go to recently used because I've already made this design, of course, but for now I'm just gonna show you where everything is. So I'm going to frames, and I'm gonna find that hexagon frame I want to use, and I like that. So I'm going to make them a little smaller. And what I also would like is that they have an extra frame behind it. So for that, I'm going to go to shapes, and I'm going to select that hexagon as well. Here it is. Okay. Perfect. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make it smaller. I'm going to change the position so that it gets behind my photo frame. And I'm going to make it smaller so that it fits nicely. And as you can see, the pink dotted lines appear. That means my frame in the middle is nicely centered into my exterior frame. So I like this very much. I just want my frame to be white. So what I'm going to do now to make things a lot easier for ourselves is I'm going to select my frame. I'm going to press Shift and select my exterior frame as well. And I am going to group them. So if I now move them, they always stay together. And I'm going to duplicate these until I have exactly the amount that I would like. So I'm just going to start placing them. Perfect. That's exactly what I like. So now I'm just going to add some pictures. So again, you can use pictures that you already have, pictures from websites like Envato, where you have the rights and the correct licenses, of course. But Canva also has a large range of free pictures that you can use. They're already categorized, and so as you can see, there's even a category coffee, so that's really useful for me. So I'm going to drag some pictures that I would like to use. I'm going to drag this here. This is a nice one. I double click because I just want to move its position a bit. I'm going to add this one here, change its position as well, and find some more pictures that I really like. This one, for example. And then this one is a nice serene picture as well. So, okay, so I very much like this setting. Now I want to start with my text. So I'm gonna add some text, and I can simply start with adding some blank text and then formatting it afterwards the way I want. But I can also use these combinations that are set here by Canva. For example, I really like this one. This combination is something I really like. And so I'm going to use this. And I'm going to add my own text, of course. What I'm gonna do is change the size of this just a little bit and make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so for example this one, and then I'm gonna add some extra text on the bottom there. I'm going to change this as well to the font I was using before, enlarge it a bit. Okay, and then last but not least, I would like to add my logo to it. So we can find our logo at uploads because we've uploaded it before. I'm gonna put it in the right corner. A little smaller. And there we go, we just made our first design. So obviously you can have a go, try out different things, different shapes, different frames, different background, different sort of text, anything you like, of course. So this is great, we just made our first post as a start of our social media campaign.